Eating a healthy, balanced diet is very important for everybody. There are 5 main food groups: fruits and vegetables, breads and cereals and other starchy foods such as rice, pasta, potatoes, protein-rich foods, meat, chicken, fish, eggs, and vegetable sources such as beans, legumes and pulses, dairy foods, milk, cheese and yogurt, and other dairy alternatives such as soy milk, and foods that are high in fat and high in sugar. Eating foods from all the different food groups is important every day. The Eat Well plate can provide us with a guide as to how much of each of the food groups we should be having each day and can help us to get the balance right. No single food will provide us with all of the nutrition that we need, which is why it's so important to get some foods from all of the different food groups every day. A lot of us will do this without thinking. For example, we might have cereal with milk and some fruit at breakfast time. We might have a sandwich with some lean meat and some salad at lunchtime. We might have a vegetable and meat dish at dinner time, and we might have some yogurt or some fruit as a snack in between. So across the course of the day, we're getting a little bit of everything that we need. As well as when we age, there are other factors which can affect our nutritional needs. When we're ill or when the body's under stress, we may need increased nutrient requirements that can help us to recover. So during times of illness, we have increased nutrient requirements, and energy and protein become particularly important at those times. Energy is the body's fuel. It provides us with the fuel that we need for our body to work towards recovery. High energy foods are those such as high carbohydrate foods, so breads, cereals, rice, pasta, and high fat foods or high sugar foods as well, like biscuits, cakes, cream, avocado. Proteins are the body's building blocks. They help keep our body well and they help maintain our muscles. High protein foods include those such as meat, chicken, fish, eggs, and they're also vegetable sources such as beans, legumes, pulses, and dairy foods such as milk, cheese and yogurt. There are a number of reasons which can cause us to have reduced food intake. When we're unwell or when we're recovering from illness, we can have poor appetite. Many of us will have experienced this ourselves before, that when we feel sick, we often don't feel like eating very much and we can feel a bit off our food. At these times, we often opt for plain foods such as toast or fizzy lemonade. However, this might not provide us with all the nutrition that we need. Chewing and swallowing difficulties can affect how much we're eating and drinking too, because it can make it more difficult than what it used to be. Pain might also affect how much we're eating and drinking too. As well as physical reasons, there are a number of emotional factors which can affect our ability to eat and drink when we're unwell or as we age. Feeling isolated or feeling lonely might reduce our desire to eat and drink. Tight budget constraints can make it more difficult to afford the nourishing foods and drinks that we need. There are some conditions, such as dementia, which can result in behavioural changes, which might affect our ability to eat and drink and may result in us refusing to eat and drink. The nutritional gap is the name we refer to when we talk about the difference between the nutrients we need and the nutrients that we're actually getting into our bodies. When we're unwell or as we age, we need more nutrients. However, for a number of reasons, we might actually be eating and drinking less and so not quite getting the nutrients that we need. This is what we mean by the nutritional gap. The nutritional gap can be a concern because it means the body's not getting all the nutrients it needs, and this can result in a number of consequences, such as unintentional weight loss, reduced muscle strength, and therefore difficulty in doing tasks we once found simple, such as walking upstairs, and also the inability to care for ourselves or a reduced independence. There are a number of signs and symptoms that carers can look out for on the person that they care for that might suggest that they're not eating and drinking quite enough and meeting their nutritional needs. One of the most obvious signs is looser fitting clothes or looser jewellery. So you might notice that clothes that were once snug or fit well, or watches or rings might start to come loose or slip off. As well as that, reduced muscle strength can be an indicator, and also changes to skin or to hair. You may also notice changes in mood, such as listlessness or apathy. If you notice any of these signs and symptoms in the person that you're caring for, it's a good idea to make a note of them and to take your concerns to the GP. One of the best ways to help somebody to eat and drink more when they've got poor appetite is by offering smaller, more regular meals. When we don't have a great appetite, having a large meal in front of us can be quite overwhelming and can make our appetite even worse. So offering smaller meals more regularly throughout the day and foods that you know that they enjoy is going to be a good option to get someone to eat and drink a bit better.